Let's go over the charts and just kind of see what may be in store for us next week. It's a pretty light week we had this week. Wasn't much to show in the markets, but I want to talk about next week in spots. I will be looking for the market to possibly go to. That way I can average into my high yield dividend funds. This is Mike, Tactical Stock Scalper. All right. So as we know, the markets have just absolutely ripped the last 3 weeks and just really stretched and overbought. That does not mean it will pull back, because I want to show you something. We're due for a pullback here in this little area here. What we had is some consolidation and a correction through time. We're looking for a dynamic move out of this area, and we did indeed get it. We ripped up from there. Now we're starting to build some more consolidation in this level. Is it just going to be another correction through time, and will the market shoot up again? We're looking for a dynamic move again out of this level. Will it come back down? The moving averages are looking great. They're all starting to turn up. So looking at this chart, we're going to look here at the weekly just for a minute. As you see there, last time we got to 460, it got sold off. Over here around the 460 level, way back then, it got sold off. So we're looking for a pullback. Will we get it or not? What I mean by I am looking for a pullback is I have money on the sidelines and I just keep building cash, leaving it on the side, waiting for a pullback. So the spot I'm looking for here on SPY to get back to, first off, will be the 450 level, and I'll need to see if it breaks that. If it doesn't break the 450 level, if we get a pullback, that could be it. Who knows? I mean, we're extremely bullish right now in the markets. And so if it comes back to the 450 level and it doesn't look like it's going to break it, I may have no choice but to average in on my JEPY position there. But I'll be looking, honestly, for 445 or 440 level pullback before we finish with the bull run up. We definitely need a higher low to confirm we're in a bull run. We have a higher high. We just need the higher low to come in. Let's look at the Qs and see where I may average in there. So the Qs have been much more dynamic as typical versus SPY, versus the S&P. So we're coming up here again. We had a small consolidation there and a small correction through time. I had a dynamic move up, much like SPY did. As you see there, we had some selling off today on the Qs. Will that mark the top? We just don't know. Let's look at this on a weekly time frame. Pulling up the Qs on a weekly. All-time highs on the Qs are over there at 408. We're nearing a 400 level, and that level is absolutely critical. As you see, we've gotten sold off from there, right? Once you got the all-time highs, that's when the market just really dropped. Is the same thing going to happen this time? We're definitely overbought. That doesn't mean it still can't go higher. So we will have to see. Let's look at my qqqy position. Let's pull up there we go. Let's pull up a daily chart. What's beautiful about the qqqy is because of the dynamic moves on the Qs, it has since fully recovered back to where it was when the dividend announcement came out. How great is that, right? So we're going to be expecting, at least me, around the same price, around $1 on qqqy for the dividend we'll be receiving. Because it has run up and my cost basis is what it is there, I was able to get a free share of qqqy from the profit. So I bought one, even though it was above my average cost. It was a free share. I went ahead and took it. Let's look at IWM, and then we'll look at Tesla. IWM has not been able to cross this 180 level ever since it got sold off early last week. As we see there, it hit the 200 period moving average, which is in purple, which is a very important moving average. It hit it, sold off, has not been able to cross it since. I will be looking to add to my IWMY position once this gets below 175. We got a big gap to fill all the way down here to 170. Will we get a pullback from IWM? We just don't know. IWM continues to trade in this magnificent range. Unlike SPY and Qs, it gets to a level, sells off, and then comes back down. We'll see. As we see last week, sold off a 180-ish area. This week, couldn't even muster that because obviously it's a holiday weekend and not a lot going on. Let's look at Tesla. There you are, girl. So this is for my Tsly people. I no longer own Tsly, but I wanted to share this chart with my Tesla friends. So as you see right here at the last 2 weeks, whenever we get to 240-ish level, Tesla sells off. As we see there, it's having a hard time crossing that. The moving averages are just stagnant, just moving. We don't know if it's going to go up or down. Let's take a better look at it here on the daily time frame. So as we see, it's just in this range, right? 230 acting as support, getting sold off between the 250 and 240 level. We did fill the gap right there from earnings. Still looking for a market pullback. If the market does pull back, I would expect Tesla first level 230. And then for breaks through 230, 220 looks like the next optimal level that Tesla could fall. Let's look at TSLY. Some people say these charts aren't worth looking at on these ETFs. I disagree. It just kind of gives you an overview. As you see here, back in the day, Tesla would have dynamic moves when Tesla moved up. That, as we see here, things have changed. That apparently is not happening for one reason or another. So Tsly continues to squander around in this range. Even if Tesla rips up, we still stay down here. I shouldn't say we, but Tsly shareholders there. But good news for Tsly holders is it's having a heck of a time breaking this $11 average. That means that something is happening on Tesla, which is the 230 level, that it's having a hard time getting down. And obviously, it's having a very difficult time getting above 12 as far as Tsly goes. So for Tsly shareholders, this is not a horrible range at all. If you can stay between 11 and 12 and collect those 58-cent dividends, you couldn't be any more happy. But we're still waiting on a market pullback, still waiting to see if Tesla will follow the market and go down when we do eventually have a pullback. Hope you like the content. This is Mike, Tactical Stock Scalper, out.